magic mountains and lush green valleys, there was a kingdom called Lumina. This kingdom was unlike any other. It was a place where magic thrived, and everything glowed with a soft, warm light. The trees shimmered with golden leaves, the rivers sparkled like silver, and even the flowers bloomed with a radiant glow. But the most magical thing about Lumina was its princess, the beautiful Princess Aurora. Aurora was no ordinary princess. She had a special gift. She could control the magical lights of Lumina. With a wave of her hand, she could make the stars twinkle brighter, the moon shine with a gentle glow, and the lanterns in the streets dance with a rainbow of colors. Her light was not just a source of beauty, it brought joy, hope, and love to everyone in the kingdom. But Princess Aurora's powers were not just about making things beautiful. They were also a symbol of the peace and harmony that existed in Lumina. The lights kept the kingdom safe from darkness and fear, and they ensured that every corner of the realm was filled with warmth and happiness. The darkness beyond the mountains. Beyond the borders of Lumina, there was a dark and desolate land called Nocturna. It was ruled by a wicked sorceress named Morgana, who was envious of the light and happiness that filled Lumina. Morgana despised the beauty and joy that Princess Aurora's lights brought to the world, and she longed to plunge the kingdom into eternal darkness. One day, Morgana devised a wicked plan to steal Aurora's magical lights. She crafted a powerful spell that could trap the lights in a crystal orb, and with it, she would be able to drain all the magic from Lumina. Without the lights, the kingdom would fall into despair, and Morgana would finally have her revenge. Disguising herself as an old beggar woman, Morgana made her way to the palace of Lumina. She approached the gates, her cloak pulled tightly around her to hide her true identity. The guards, seeing only a frail old woman, allowed her to pass, and she made her way to the royal gardens where Princess Aurora was tending to her enchanted flowers. "Please, kind princess," Morgana croaked, her voice trembling. "I am but a poor old woman, lost and weary. Might you spare some of your magical light to guide me on my way?" Aurora, kind-hearted and generous as she was, smiled warmly at the old woman. "Of course," she said, reaching out her hand. A soft glow emanated from her palm, and a small orb of light floated towards Morgana. But as soon as the light touched the old woman, her disguise melted away, revealing the wicked sorceress beneath. With a cackle of glee, Morgana raised the crystal orb and began to chant her spell. The light from Aurora's hand was sucked into the orb, and with it, the princess felt her powers begin to fade. The loss of light. As Morgana's spell took hold, the lights of Lumina began to dim. The golden leaves of the trees turned brown and brittle, the sparkling rivers grew dull and lifeless, and the radiant flowers wilted and died. The once bright streets of the kingdom were plunged into darkness, and fear spread like a shadow over the land. Princess Aurora fell to her knees, her heart heavy with the loss of her powers. She could feel the darkness creeping in, threatening to swallow the kingdom whole. But even as the light faded, Aurora's spirit remained unbroken. She knew she could not give up hope, for the people of Lumina were counting on her. Morgana, her eyes gleaming with triumph, held the crystal orb aloft. "Now, Lumina shall be mine," she declared, her voice echoing through the darkened kingdom. "The light will fade, and darkness will reign forever." But as Morgana turned to leave, a single tear fell from Aurora's eye. It glowed with a faint, lingering light, the last remnant of the princess's magic. The tear fell to the ground, and where it landed, a tiny, delicate flower bloomed. The flower was small, but its petals glowed with a soft, gentle light that seemed to push back the darkness. Aurora gazed at the flower, a spark of hope igniting in her heart. She realized that as long as even the smallest light remained, there was still a chance to save her kingdom. The journey to the crystal caves. Determined to restore the light to Lumina, Aurora set out on a journey to the crystal caves, where the source of all magic in the kingdom was said to be hidden. The caves were located deep within the heart of the mountains, in a place where few dared to venture. It was a treacherous journey, filled with steep cliffs, dense forests, and dark, winding paths. But Aurora was not alone. Along the way, she was joined by a group of loyal friends who were determined to help her on her quest. There was Lumi, a wise old owl with feathers that glowed like the stars, Spark, a mischievous firefly with a heart of gold, and Glimmer, a brave little mouse who was always ready to face any danger. Together, they traveled through the darkened lands, their path illuminated only by the faint glow of Aurora's last remaining light. They faced many challenges along the way, raging rivers, towering cliffs, and deep, dark forests filled with dangerous creatures. But with courage and determination, they pressed on, knowing that the fate of Lumina rested in their hands. The Trials of the Crystal Caves. The Crystal Caves were unlike anything Aurora had ever seen. The walls were lined with shimmering crystals that glowed with a soft, ethereal light, casting rainbow-colored reflections across the cave. The air was filled with the sound of tinkling chimes, like the soft ringing of bells. But as they ventured deeper into the caves, the light began to fade, and the path grew more treacherous. The walls closed in around them, and the ground beneath their feet became uneven and slippery. Aurora could feel the darkness pressing in, and for the first time, she began to doubt whether she would be able to complete her quest. Just as she was about to lose hope, Lumi, the wise old owl, spoke up. "Do not be afraid, princess," he said. "Remember the light within you. It may be small, but it is strong enough to guide us through the darkness." Aurora took comfort in Lumi's words, and with renewed determination, she pressed on. As they continued through the caves, they encountered a series of trials, each one more difficult than the last. The first trial was a path of shifting shadows that seemed to come alive, reaching out with dark tendrils to pull them into the abyss. But with Spark's light guiding the way, they were able to navigate the path and emerge unscathed. The second trial was a room filled with enchanted mirrors that reflected their deepest fears. Aurora saw visions of her kingdom in ruins, her people lost in despair, and Morgana reigning over a land of eternal darkness. But with Glimmer's bravery and a reminder of the love she held for her kingdom, Aurora was able to shatter the mirrors and dispel the illusions. The final trial was a chasm that seemed impossible to cross. The gap was wide and deep, and the only way across was a narrow, crumbling bridge that swayed precariously in the darkness. But with Lumi's wisdom and the strength of her own resolve, Aurora was able to cross the bridge, one careful step at a time. At last, they reached the heart of the crystal caves. In the center of the chamber, there was a massive crystal that pulsed with a gentle, glowing light. This was the source of all magic in Lumina, the heart of the kingdom's power. The return of the light. Aurora approached the crystal, her heart filled with hope. She knew that this was her last chance to restore the lights to her kingdom and save her people from the darkness. She reached out her hand and touched the crystal, and as she did, a surge of energy coursed through her, filling her with warmth and light. The crystal began to glow brighter and brighter, until the entire chamber was filled with a blinding light. Aurora closed her eyes, feeling the magic of the crystal flowing through her, restoring her powers and renewing her strength. When the light finally faded, Aurora opened her eyes to see that the crystal had transformed into a beautiful, glowing flower, the same flower that had bloomed from her tear in the royal gardens. The flower's petals shimmered with every color of the rainbow, and its light was so bright that it pushed back the darkness, filling the caves with warmth and hope. Aurora knew that the flower was the key to restoring the lights to Lumina. With a gentle touch, she plucked the flower from the crystal and held it close to her heart. As she did, the light from the flower spread out, enveloping her in a warm, radiant glow. With her newfound power, Aurora and her friends made their way back through the crystal caves, the light guiding them every step of the way. When they emerged from the caves, they found that the darkness had already begun to retreat, the flower's light spreading across the land, bringing life and color back to the kingdom. The final confrontation. But the battle was not over yet. Morgana, sensing that her spell was being undone, flew into a rage. She stormed into the kingdom, determined to destroy Aurora and claim the magical lights for herself once and for all. The people of Lumina, emboldened by the return of the light, rallied to Aurora's side. They stood together, ready to defend their princess and their kingdom from the wicked sorceress. Morgana, her eyes blazing with fury, unleashed her dark magic, sending bolts of lightning and waves of shadow crashing down upon the kingdom. But Aurora, holding the glowing flower aloft, countered Morgana's attacks with beams of light that cut through the darkness like a blade. The battle raged on, with light and darkness clashing in a dazzling display of magic. Morgana fought with all her might, but the power of Aurora's light was too strong. With one final, powerful blast of light, Aurora shattered Morgana's crystal orb, releasing the stolen magic and banishing the darkness from Lumina forever. Morgana let out a scream of defeat as the light engulfed her, and she was forced to flee back to Nocturna, her powers broken and her plans foiled. The dawn of a new era. With Morgana defeated and the lights restored, Lumina blossomed into a land of even greater beauty and joy than before. The trees once again shimmered with golden leaves, the rivers sparkled like silver, and the flowers bloomed with a radiant glow. The kingdom was filled with light and laughter, and the people of Lumina lived in peace and happiness. Princess Aurora, now more powerful and wise than ever, continued to rule with kindness and compassion. She used her magical lights to bring hope and joy to her people, and she ensured that the darkness would never again threaten their land. And so, the kingdom of Lumina thrived under the gentle, glowing light of its beloved princess. The story of Aurora's bravery and the magical lights became a legend, passed down through generations as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, a single light can shine brightly enough to guide the way. And every night, as the stars twinkled in the sky and the lanterns danced with a rainbow of colors, the people of Lumina would look up and remember the day when their princess saved the kingdom with the power of light and love.